Safest to assume that everything is the exact opposite of what you think it is. This is my rule of opposites that I made up. I mentioned it in my last few videos, so I wanted to. It's basically the assumption that whatever is projected out into the world on the outside, that on the inside, or on the flip side, the opposite is also true. There's a lot of negativity around about, let's say, entitlement. So young people, women, whoever, they're so full of themselves that they don't consider anyone else's feelings, and they just think they deserve the world. They're showing off all the time. Well, if you consider the exact opposite of that is that they absolutely think they don't deserve anything, and that they actually have very low self-esteem, you're probably more on the right track. And people are digging through more into their trauma, and it's usually that you're compensating. And I don't want to get too much into this in this video, but in my opinion, you have an authentic self inside, so you are yourself, but over time you build up these layers of protection because you're afraid of rejection. And so let's say that you don't think that you're good enough, which is a very, very common feeling that people feel. You attempt to test with the world ways that you can feel like you are good enough. So if you get positive attention, let's say from showing a little skin, then that might encourage you to do that because it reflects back to you thinking, I'm good enough. But the trick is that if you need that external validation, then it also, the rule of opposites, reinforces the insecurity. So if you're always worried that someone's going to cheat on you, you're actually telling them that you don't think you're good enough for them to not cheat on you. And that's not to victim blame at all. But I think we have to consider what messages we're putting out via our action. And that's the rule of opposites, which is relevant to the laws of power that I've been talking about, because it seems counterintuitive that your friend is actually worse than your enemy when it comes to getting what you want.